All right, howdy folks. So what I want to deal with in this quick guide is how to deal with the briefly unavailable to scheduled maintenance check back in a minute issue. I've seen this maybe 4 times in my entire almost 10-year history with WordPress, but it can happen that your WordPress site will get stuck in maintenance mode and you don't quite know how to deal with it. It seems like this screen is going on for a long time and you know WordPress isn't updating. This is very infrequent, but what happens is WordPress goes into maintenance mode when it doesn't update. And when it does, it'll continue to return this on every screen to all your visitors. And that can be a little frightening if you have a big high traffic site and this happens to it. Or even if you've got your own site and you care a lot about it. So how do you deal with it? Well, basically what's happened is that WordPress creates a maintenance file, a .maintenance file, and this is what it actually contains when you start an upgrade. Sometimes, in very rare circumstances, what happens is WordPress completed the upgrade or basically got through the process but failed to remove this file for whatever reason. And so that file is sitting there blocking WordPress from coming up. So all you need to do is go into your WordPress install and delete your maintenance file. Because I'm local, I'm just going to throw it in the trash, but if you delete that file, WordPress will then work in the exact normal way. You may end up with some weird state where a plugin is half updated and that maintenance file got left behind because of something that happened on your server. But generally, just deleting that maintenance file, which again just contained this very small amount of PHP in it, is sufficient. Now, if you just wanted to solve your problem, you can stop here. If not, I want to look at some PHP code because I think it's just kind of interesting. So this is the actual function that is going on that is actually looking for this file. And basically what happens is if it doesn't find a file called .maintenance in the root of the install, WordPress stops the check of the maintenance. This is a function that WordPress calls early on in its boot up process. It says, are we in maintenance mode? Oh, if we are, don't do anything. And that's where that screen we saw of briefly unavailable for scheduled maintenance shows up. If we are not in maintenance mode, then it just returns out of this file. So basically what happens is WordPress says, if there's no maintenance file, we exit this function. If there's a file there, but the time that it supplies is more than 10 minutes ago, exit this function and don't go into maintenance mode. So that's what happens. So the longest time you can be stuck in maintenance mode is 10 minutes. So if something happens in your WordPress site, it starts maintenance mode, but doesn't stop, it'll only stay there for 10 minutes. So you can take some solace in that. You don't really need to worry about this. I've only seen it a few times in my whole life, and they're basically when I did something weird. But it can happen, and this is how you deal with it. Again, you just go in and you look at your WordPress, the root of your WordPress install. There will be a .maintenance file in there. Remove that file, and WordPress will basically be back to normal. All right, hope that's helpful. Happy hacking.